Hello and welcome to PQ Prime. A very good afternoon to all the viewers. Clearly, the kind of gains that we've seen in today's day have been given up. Now we're trading at the day's lowest levels as well. And slowly, steadily, you're seeing the market breadth also start to shift towards the declines. Currently, we've given up 18,350 level already and hit a low of around 18,338 in trade. Overall, if you see in terms of Bank Nifty as well, similar kind of a trend is what we've witnessed. And in terms of the top movers and shakers, if you see, you still have Adani Enterprises, which is seeing gains of upwards of 13%. Divis Laboratories, UPL, Aisha Motors, as well as the Bajaj FinServ, whereas pressure building in on a Tech Mahindra, Titan, Grasim, HCL Tech. So it's the capital goods space as well as the IT pack that has been putting pressure in today's session. What's in store from here on? To understand more, joining us on the show is Sudeep Shah, Deputy VP Head Technical and Derivative Research Desk at SBI Cap Securities. Sudeep, good afternoon and welcome to the show.
Good afternoon, Hiral.
Sudeep, what's the phenomena that we're witnessing currently? Throughout the day, we've been pretty much stable and no major gyrations that did come in. And now in the last hour of trade, we are seeing some bit of profits that are being booked.
See, what's happening is that after a bigger rally now from 17,600 to 18,400, index in between had retested this 18,050-60 mark. And in the last 3 days now, if we see from Friday's low, markets have once again rallied 350 odd points. So what's happening here is that some kind of fatigue at higher levels is creeping in. It is near to the 18,400, 18,430 resistance. So, and if we see the derivative data, 18,400 call writers have been very strong today. On the other hand, now if we see the put writers, 18,300, 18,200, both strikes, there is being aggressive writing being witnessed. So I feel overall it could be it could be that the markets end up being in a range for the current final expiry on Thursday. So 18,230, 18,250 is the zone on the downside where I see the index taking support, and on the upside 18,430, 18,450 will be a resistance zone. So all in all, 18,230, 250 on the downside and 18,450 could be the range that the index could trade into for the next couple of days.
Right. With this, if you go to see, Sudeep, if you look at the wicks, that remains pretty much comfortable at current levels. The PCR OI at 1.21 is close to an upper band as well. What are these two trends indicating?
Volatility index, if we see, it has been stable around 11.8 and 12.8. Within that band, it is trading in the last 7-8 sessions. And even the PCR wise is comfortable at the higher end of the range. But what I feel is what's happening with the markets is that after a bigger rally, it's just that the markets are consolidating. Last couple of days, if we saw, Bank Nifty is facing resistance around 44,150, 44,000. So last 7-8 days, index has not been able to, banking index has not been able to cross this psychological, that resistance mark of 44,150, which was the all-time high. So I guess it's just playing with the numbers right now. However, if you see from 44,150, it's not even 250, 300 points that the index has corrected. So it's just consolidating at higher levels. And I feel overall for the banking index also, 43,600 would be an important support. So I feel that volatility index or PCRY, it is just indicating that the markets are consolidating, and we might in the next couple of days see some kind of momentum shift on the upside once again after this lackluster trading for a couple of days.
Right. So, Sudeep, how important is it going to be for Bank Nifty actually to hold on to 43,000 levels? Is that going to remain an absolute key? Because if that is broken, there is a possibility of much more downside pressure that could come in.
See, 43,700 is the number that I am looking at as a support on Bank Nifty. Because if you see last few days from 12th of May, there are a lot of times that banking index has taken support at 43,600, 700 mark. So I feel that zone will act as a very important support. And today, if you want to see, except HDFC Bank and Kotak Bank, it is IndusInd Bank, ICICI Bank, Axis Bank. All these stocks were holding strong for the better part of the day. So I feel it is just consolidating, and 43,700, 43,650 should ideally, Bank Nifty should ideally take support at that zone.
Right. Apart from that, it's the metal index which has been pretty strong. Yesterday's session also we did see some good buying interest. Today as well, it merges to be one of the top gaining sectors as well. What's in store from a sector perspective, and secondly from stocks, if you see over Tata Steel, again good OI addition that we are seeing. Volumes are also pretty strong. Sale is another one. How are you looking at both these counters?
Uh, if you see the Nifty Metal Index, now Nifty Metal Index is at its highest level after 20th February. So what it has done is that it is not only crossed its 50 DMA, it has also crossed its 100 DMA, and the last 15 sessions of consolidation has been taken out in just 2 sessions. So I feel from a metal index perspective, 5,800 will act as an important support, and on the upside, we may see 6,100, 6,150 in the days to come. Now here the top picks, apart from, see, Tata Steel has been doing good, but it's just a couple of days rebound. It's early days, I feel, from a rebound perspective for Tata Steel, and 107, 108, 7.5 would be the level that I would be watching out for on Tata Steel. Above that, I feel one should go long, but till the time 107 half is not crossed, there could be a consolidation between 103 and 107. But a stock that one could watch out for in the metal index would be JSW Steel. Now, this stock when the metal index was falling did not fall much, but when it is rebounding, it is participating in the rebound. So I feel in a way it is outperforming. So this can be bought with a 690 stop loss, which is a swing low, and we can see a up move up to 718, 722 in the next few days.
Right. So the fresh long seen in the Aditya Birla fashion as well, good volume built up. Open interest addition is also pretty strong in today's day of trade. What should the strategy be with this counter?
Now, here the strategy would be very clear just to avoid this stock. The reason being, if you see from 1st November, from the highs of 359, the stock has witnessed a complete deluge, a complete selling pressure has been witnessed, lower top, lower bottoms for the last 6 months now. So it's just that yesterday there were results, and results also were not that good, but from an oversold positioning perspective, the stock has just rebounded. But however, I feel 200, 203 will now act as a next resistance on the upside, which was the previous support. So I feel till the time 204 is not crossed on the upside, I feel the trend will once again continue to be firmly on the downside.
How about a Delta Corp as well? Because again, strong momentum seen at least in terms of today's day of trade. In the past 1 month as well, around 18 to 19% is the kind of up move that we've seen in terms of a Delta Corp.
See, the stock has shown very good gains. In fact, from a longer term chart perspective, it has formed a double bottom also on charts, and now it is about to cross its important resistance at 235, 234. So it already has done once in a day, but it is not sustaining or cruising above it. But I feel that the larger degree time frame charts, if we see the stock is rebounding, it's showing signs of a very good rebound and a sustainable rebound. So this stock could be added on dips around 230 to 228. It can be added with a stop loss of 225, and we could see levels of around 255, 260 in the next few sessions.
Right. Moving on, you have a BEL, Vedanta, as well as if you see in terms of a few other names. Let's look at these two counters first. Fresh shorts being built on both these names. What would you recommend?
See, coming to Vedanta first now, what we've seen is yes, in line with the metal index, this stock also has rebounded from 275 or to 290. But today it was once again a classic case of sell on news, like always in case of like it happens in Vedanta. So I feel the stock is having a resistance at 293, 294. Until and unless that stock that level is not crossed, on the downside 280 is the support which could get retested. Coming to Piramal, this stock has shown some good momentum in the last couple of days. Now, from yesterday's 740, the stock has traveled to 778, and what it has done with this move is it has taken out last 15 days consolidation, and this is a good breakout on a very small time frame chart. So I feel and one also has to consider what is happening with the markets now from higher levels. We are seeing indexes also correcting. So uh, if we just try to connect the dots, the stock is holding good, the stock is holding strong, and is building up open interest on the long side. So I feel can be added with 760 stop loss for 790.95 target on the upside, and those who are holding can trail their positions with 760 stop loss.
Right. How are you looking at a Balrampur Chini, Sudeep? Stock is down around 6% in the last 1 year. And clearly, if you see today's day of trade, is there is pressure, there is open interest shedding that's coming in. Volumes are pretty strong.
See this stock, and for that matter, all the sugar stocks have not been performing in the last 15 days now. If you see,
Mm.
in between in the last week of March, they all were moving. And they all were showing good gains. But in the last 15 20 days, we are seeing some selling pressure at higher levels. And today's move in Balrampur Chini asserts that fact that the trend is right now shifting on the downside. And until and unless 398, 400 is not crossed, which is the 50 DMA, I don't see any bigger reversal on cards. And we might. It might happen that the stock may retest 370, 365 levels before any major bounce back.
Right. Apart from these, let's look at the Siemens as well as the United Breweries. Both of these counters, yesterday's session also witnessed good amount of short aggression. Uh, what is it looking like in trade today, and what would your view be?
See, Siemens from uh, uh, whatever news had come regarding the stocks, a division being sold at a very cheap valuation, and that the street has not liked that, frankly. So last 3 days selling pressure is showing that fact, and the last 2 to 3 days selling pressure has taken out last 15 days of up move. So that shows the magnitude of selling. And I feel one should not be doing bottom fishing, as more downside could be there. 3,500 will act as a resistance. I feel downside up to 33, 3250, 3,200 could be
Mm.
witnessed.
Right. So these are few of the names that we've discussed so far. Sudeep, apart from the names we've already spoken about, anything else that comes to your radar from tomorrow's trade perspective?
From tomorrow's trade perspective, a couple of stocks which come to my radar are Apollo Tires, then TVS Motors. Now, what we are seeing is most of these auto names are holding strong, and Apollo Tires have taken out last 12 to 14 days of consolidation and is standing tall, standing strong in this markets where there is selling pressure at higher levels. So this can be bought. And can be added in the next couple of days with 370 stop loss and 390 target.
Right. So that's with regards to a few of the names that Sudeep has recommended. But clearly, there has been profit booking that has come in today's session, and we've almost become pretty much flat in trade in the last hour. Thank you, Sudeep, so much for joining us on the show and giving us those stock recommendations. But clearly,
Thank you.
18,330 is where Nifty is trading at. We're seeing marginal gains of around 20 points come in there, and we are ending near the day's lowest levels as well. Overall, Bank Nifty has in fact already turned negative, and Bank Nifty, the closing is coming at around 43,876, so below the 43,900 mark in trade today, because throughout the day we've tried to manage to stay afloat above those 44,000 levels, but we've broken those as well in today's session. The market breadth in terms of Bank Nifty has been pretty much 50-50, so no major concerns coming in there. If you see Sensex as well, below the 62,000 mark is what we've seen. We did top 62,000 levels in intraday trading session. Overall, a lot of stock specific action is what we've been witnessing. Valiant Organics, Adani Enterprises, our power, Adani Wilmer. These are few of the top gainers as well in today's session. SpiceJet down around 14%, NCC, Finolex Industries as well as ATT, both these counters reacting to numbers in today's day of trade. So clearly, there has been a lot of stock specific action. Metals as well as energy counters have advanced in trade, and the markets got a boost from the Adani Group companies as well. It was mainly IT as well as capital goods that were a drag. And you have the mid cap as well as the small cap index, which were trading with gains of around 0.4% to almost 0.5%, but now it's with marginal gains. Clearly, this market breadth was pretty much skewed in favor of the buyers, but slowly, steadily, you did see the trend turning, and there was a slight shift that started to happen towards the sellers as well. So that's with regards to where markets go. We've spoken about the top gainers as losers. Companies like ABB, Exide Industries, Godrej Consumer Products, ICICI Bank, as well as the IOC, these counters did hit a 52-week high as well in intraday trade. So overall, a good day of trade, but some bit of profit booking that has come in the last hour. So what tomorrow has in store is going to be pretty much interesting as well. That's all that we have on this session. Thanks for watching and have a great evening.